Hello everybody. Hello everybody. I hope you guys can hear this. So that's it. Okay, looks like we cannot hear. Okay, so hello everybody again, and very early morning for me here. At least it is right now because today we are going to witness the NROL-69 launch, uh, which is Numquam Hibernare, or Hibernare, if I remember, which stands for Never Hibernate. For this mission, there is not so much we are going to see. It's going to be up until second stage of separation, and also assumingly we are also going to see up until the stage separation, and then booster landing at the landing zone. It's because of course this is a very secretive mission, so there's not so much we can cover here. So yeah, understandably that's why I'm live a little bit late, but at least I've already found live via booth. Credit to at least here, credit to Space Google Visor, for at least have a bit clean, much more cleaner live feed here. I'm not going to live directly from uh, Twitter. It's nonsense. But regardless, I'm going to cover a little bit how the launches looks. How is it? So you might also see there is the launches there. So let me see. I guess it's here. Alright. So this is how it looks like for the NROL-69. This is at least from the press kit book from the NROL themselves. So yeah, this is a little bit infographic how it looks like. They said they also serve a wide range of customers, from it says here from warfighters to humanitarian responders. So yeah, not much known because all of these capabilities are locked out from mostly all of us here. So that's the reason why we don't hear much. Okay, and also here, okay, not so much to see, but all you need to know is that this NROL-69 mission, specifically, it was awarded to SpaceX around the NSSL, which is, if I remember, NSSL is actually National Security Space Launch. It was first awarded for the phase 2 contract around August 2020. Yeah, around August 2020. So basically, it's almost 5 years for this one. And also you can see, yeah, this is it's some of the rocket and the launch effects. It's basically a partially reusable, especially on the first stage, the booster stage here. Yeah, and 9 Merlin engines, if I remember, it's actually an open cycle gas generator. Yeah, so you can see there, with fins, and yeah, this also will return back to the landing zone 1, LZ1. So that's it, and it's going to be launched on the SLC 40, which is the Space Launch Complex 40, around the Cape Canaveral area, of course. If you know the place, it's kind of iconic. That's one thing for sure. Okay, and I guess that's it. there's not so much we are going to cover. If I remember, also the SpaceX, how do I say it? On the SpaceX, shit, if I remember the SpaceX, something like that, they also cover something. They also cover a little bit. It's basically just a little bit fraction as usual, of course. So yeah, I guess we are going to go back here. Okay, and please go for launch. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, not so much.
15 seconds.
Okay, 15 seconds.
T-minus 10, 9,
Alright,
8,
nice.
7, 6, 5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Ignition on the first stage and
Go.
lift off from the launch pad.
Go SpaceX.
And here we go. It's rising up to the sky and already clear the tower. And
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
yeah, and also already pitching downrange. It's good so far. Okay, stage propulsion looks nominal or nominal if which one either of these two. A bit confusing. Okay, so this
and counting, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Slick 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force
yeah,
Station.
sometimes also known as
Next,
Slick
the vehicle
40.
will be passing through Max Q, which is the point in the mission profile where the vehicle experiences the
Falcon
greatest
9 power and telemetry are nominal.
amount of aerodynamic.
Okay, this is supposedly a little bit almost transonic. Yeah, this is kind of transonic right now around the airplane, most typical airplane, airplane altitude. Yeah, commercial airplane altitude already more. Okay, max Q2.
Great call out there for
Or the supersonic and also max Q. Alright, and as you can see, the reason, you can see the flame is it's pretty kind of expanding as yeah, as the atmosphere pressure no longer slowly no longer holding off that flame. That flame, of course, it's going to expand a little bit until there's almost no more. So the flame will expand outside the outside the rocket nozzle, of course. And
will propel the second stage and the payload to orbit. The boost
alright,
burn will assist the first
so
stage in returning to its recovery location
and
at
now
landing zone
we'll
1.
be ready for
In
Miko.
addition to these major events, the fairing halves will separate about 30 seconds after SES-1, so keep an eye out for all of those events that are coming up in just a few seconds.
Yeah,
And as a reminder,
not really sure if they are going to recover payload fairing at this time. But okay, first okay, main engine cut off. Second stage, finally second stage separation and ignition of the Merlin vacuum engine. So that's that. Nice.
And a good series of back-to-back callouts there and views, which again were Miko, stage separation, SES-1, and the boost back burn.
Alright, so this is
call out for fairing separation, but again, as a reminder, we will not be showing it on screen.
alright. So you can see that's why this stream is pretty short. That's why I don't stream along too much here. Not much facts that I can tell, of course. I mean, not even SpaceX official mission site also helps. So yeah.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Okay, fairing separation confirmed. You can see. Yeah, you can see. Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. Okay, slightly jellyfish there. we okay. We didn't see that separation of the pellet fairing, but the call out really confirms it. So this is going to return back to the it's going to be returning back to the launchpad, so first we are going to watch. And also around this phase of the after the boost back, after the boost back or finally being used for this specific of this mission, what it's going to do right now is all that's left is basically just to align slightly, and then it will re-enter back to the Earth, and supposedly at some point it will reignite back, mostly to slow down the booster. So by slowing down the booster, they will also prevent that the booster from from having exerted too much of the
trajectories.
Good
Yeah.
count there.
Okay, so at least it can prevent some how do I say, some problem,
Reusability is the key to
especially
lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in critical
especially
systems.
if there's
The Falcon 9
any
first stage
problem
that
with
supporting
the
today's mission
max
is performing its
with
entry burn
the
for the
how do I say,
second time today. And the payload
the
carrier
re-entry
supporting today's mission
hypersonic
will be covered in future
re-entry lot.
reviews.
So basically that's the reason why they also need
So
to
we
do
should be hearing the call out for that
re-entry
entry burn in
burn
about a minute and a half from now.
start after that. And yeah, this is how it looks like. All right. All right. So that's basically there's not so much to see here. Yeah, I think most of you might already know about this procedure, but in case you are still new on this space flight, that's basically what this SpaceX is doing right now. Yeah, so right now it's a little bit boring, of course, because we cannot see more than just more than just how do I say, interstage separation. So unfortunately, this is the only best coverage we will get. So if you're passionate and this is your first time watching, well, it's boring, very boring. Slightly boring. You need to use a little bit of your imagination. Yeah, it is what it is. But so far it's fine. It's good. And yeah, should have entry atmospheric entry burn.
Entry burn startup.
Okay, already
Good
start
call
up.
out there for the entry burn startup. This burn is set to last about 20 seconds, and again,
Okay, this
slowing
is
down the vehicle in preparation for its final burn and landing.
yeah, it's not going to be that long. So yeah. Okay, and of course.
Entry burn shut down.
All right.
There you heard the call out.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
There is a call out for the completion of the Falcon 9's first stage entry burn. Coming up next will be the first stage landing burn, which will start in about a minute from now.
Okay, so for the for what they actually mean about the
Merlin engines
second stage FTS is safe. Basically, FTS stands for Flight Termination System, and if anything goes wrong, usually they will just they can just initiate that FTS and the rocket. Let's say, for example, it just going to shut down prematurely if there's any problem. But since there is no problem, they decided just continue.
FTS is saved.
Okay.
Stage 2 is internal guidance.
All right. And also, for this booster stage, of course, it's guided by the Great Fins too, because of course, how else you're going to guide this, right? All right, and nice. It's looking very good, and should be landing on the landing zone 1, LZ1. So let's go. All right, that's down. All right.
Landing was deployed.
Landing leg deploy.
MVAC shut down.
All right, MVAC shut down.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
All right.
You heard the call out for a successful landing of our Falcon 9 rocket. This was
it's
the
nice.
second launch and landing for this first stage.
Nominal orbit insertion.
All right, nominal orbit
As a
insertion.
reminder, we will not be showing any Stage 2 or deployment views at the request of our customer. So with that landing of the Falcon 9 booster, we will be bringing today's webcast to a close. We'd like to thank the NRO for entrusting us with
Yeah,
today's
so
mission,
that's it.
and we'd also like to thank the
Not
range
much
and the
else we are
FAA for
going
their
to
support.
look here. So pretty
If
much
you're
sorry.
interested in more launch coverage, be sure to check
Okay.
SpaceX.com/launches
And as far as I
follow
know, for
SpaceX on
in
X for the
his
most
recent
up-to-date
history,
information. Thanks
the
for tuning in,
shortest
and we'll see you again
turnaround
soon.
time right now is basically 9 days. Yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell.
Yeah. All right. All right. So so yeah, and also don't forget you can also subscribe to uh, uh to where I actually stream. Yeah. Space Google Presayer. Also subscribe to him and also subscribe to mine. Yeah. So, yeah. So I guess that's it. Not much else to see. Yeah. So making this a little bit of shorter live stream, but hey, life is fine. So that's it. That's it, guys. Um, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again for uh, for next live stream. If I remember correctly, it's going to be uh, a day plus from now. So that's it. Bye bye. Take care. All right. So here we go. Nice. So I guess we can end this stream in 3, 2, 1. So yeah. Have a nice day.